Hello everyone, I am Ma'am Dayan Abulaban from the College of Education, particularly in the Bachelor of Elementary Education. Okay, so I am tasked to talk about first my research before, which is the Developmental Reading Program and Project Bright. Actually, the whole gist of that program. Have you noticed the books or reference book material, reading materials of your addings or your little brother or your little sister? Most of it, the stories actually in it are international stories from Japan or other countries, or it is based from Manila because most writers are actually in the capital city of the Philippines. Now, the Project Bride is actually a program wherein we actually make a book that is made to facilitate reading to little kids, and it will actually move them to read and realize everything on that book because everything is seen around them. For example, here in San Fernando City, La Union, what are the particular tourist spots that we have? We can say first the Botanical Garden. Of course, we can also have our plaza, which is the fountain, Thunderbird Resorts and Hotel, Pindangan Ruins. All of those are the things that they already know or they have heard about because it is in their vicinity. So, when they see the actual picture and actually read about them, they read the history of that certain province or that city, and they will love reading because they have seen or they have actually grasped already they actually know already the story or that picture. They will arouse the interests of the learner and comprehension will actually take place. That is all about my research. Next, there are actually 8 popular techniques or a sequence of events that we can do storytelling. So the first one is the monomyth. Okay, a monomyth is like Biyag ni Lamang. Okay, it is actually an adventurous journey with a hero, and that hero will fight battles, etc., will be on a quest where he fights to restore peace and returns with respect, like Lamang, right? How many villains did he fought in his battle, and he won and he became hero. Okay, next is the mountain, a story that actually involves dramatic events it is the high and the low moment of that particular character or in that character's life. And then it will heighten everything, so everything goes up and then goes to a climax. Next one is the nested loops. The storyteller, you personally, layers the narratives to take the audience to a journey, to a source of that idea or that central idea. Fourth is a spark line. This story flows is commonly found in inspirational speeches, of leaders, charismatic leaders, etc., that separates reality from utopian ideas and emotional appeals to the audience. Next is in medias res. The story starts with the peak event, and then chronological narrative leads to the audience to the peak event. The idea is to excite the audience from the first instance without giving away any spoilers. 6. Converging ideas. Such a flow shows how small concepts that are equally important work cohesively to the creation of a whole. Next, false start. The storyteller starts with a predictable narration. For example, once upon a time, and then disrupts the flow, and then starts again. 8. Petal structure. Such plots include several unconnected characters that express a different aspect of a single idea. The story progresses as these characters are introduced one by one and finally woven in the whole. And then you have already your story flowing, you have already shown your audience, everything. Now, we look at a few things to consider that will make your story an audience favorite. Okay? So how do you do that? First, know your target audience. Okay? So you have to understand your message and the audience that will be attracted to your theme and choose an appropriate setting, vocabulary, conflicts, and values accordingly. Okay? So next, make your narrative visually rich. The audience will pay attention as long as they are part of the hero's journey. Use descriptions that allow listeners to visualize the adventure and accompany the hero, and allow the audience to use their creativity to fill in the colors. As a storyteller, you have to actually put them on that setting. Okay? For example, you say, there are green bamboos everywhere. In that green bamboo, you can smell the bamboo. So you are putting them in that particular scenario where they can smell the bamboo. The bamboos are creaking. Everything should be said. The skies are blue, the breeze is touching her face. It's like that. So you have to feel also the setting of the story, everything that takes place. His face was full of pimples. So you also have to feel ewy and yucky. It's like that. So you have to feel everything. Next, amuse and excite your audience. The audience crave novelty and excitement. Therefore, predictable plots and plain progress should be avoided. Do not give away the moral too early and surprise the audience with a dramatic climax. So you have to make the audience feel everything. So you have to excite them with your voice, changing of voice, with your changing of facial expression, when you're happy, excited, angry. Everything. You have to express everything. You have to surprise them. Palakasan ng boses, panipisin ng boses. It's like that. Next, appeal to the emotions. You make your narrative unforgettable and emotionally appealing by using relatable descriptions that set the moods. Yeah. Descriptions. Her face is as white as snow. You have to feel everything. You have to get into your audience. Okay? Next, make every character unique. Avoid stereotypical and predictable character designs, okay? Make them quirky and ensure that personality and aspirations of your protagonists so do not overlap with the supporting character. That's what makes the movie Shrek. You know Shrek? Diba? It's very exciting to watch Shrek. Why? They actually differ from all of the Disney characters. Why? Because of their face. Now, we actually expect that if it's a prince or princess, it's the main character, they should be guapo, right? Handsome. They should be perfect. Should be beautiful. That's why we have beauty. We have beast, because there is actually a thinking already that main character should possess a pretty face or a handsome face. Even in movies, right? When did you find a movie that has pangit characters? Right? So, but now, because of Shrek and because of everything, it's evolving. So, we can also say na there are characters now which is, even though they are not that good looking, that they also appeal with the audience, right? So, that's it. Next, you maintain the theme. The focus of your story is the protagonist and his journey towards the goal. So you can add supporting characters to enhance protagonist's impression, but do not make them overpowering. Of course, you have to focus on the main character. Though, it also is cute when your villain or the antagonists, you bring life. Example, "Hi, Maleficent." Okay, so you bring life to your antagonist, but do not overpower them, because your main character should be the subject of that story. So the objective of storytelling can be successfully achieved by looking at all the factors and concepts. However, an impactful story comes effortlessly from the storyteller himself. So dig deep into your emotions, revisit your experiences and lessons, and pour them into the narrative. Explore your inner self, your feelings, and the message that you wish to convey. For example, "Hi everyone, I know that you love stories, and I want to tell a story about a little duck named..." So, we will learn more about him. The title of the story is "Kayo ba ang nanay ko?" So, ano kaya ang tungkol sa maliit na bibing ito? Ayan ang unang larawan. Ang nanay at ang maliliit na bibe ay naglalakad. At kung titignan nyo dito, napisa ang mga itlog niya. Ngunit merong isang bibe na nahuli. Nahuling napisa. "Mama! Mama! Kwak, 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 Mama!" Nasalubong niya si Pabo Real. "Kayo ba ang nanay ko?" tanong ni Bibe. Hindi ako ang nanay mo. Sagot ni Pabo Real. Nasalubong niya si Itik. Kwak, 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 kwak. Kayo ba ang nanay ko? Kwak, kwak. Hindi ako ang nanay mo. Sagot ni Itik. Nasalubong niya si Gansa. Kayo po ba ang nanay ko? Tanong ni Bibe. Hindi ako ang nanay mo. Sagot ni Gansa. Naglakad si Bibe. Nasalubong niya si Manok. Kok. Kayo ba ang nanay ko? Tanong ni Bibe. Kok. Hindi ako ang nanay mo. Sagot ni Manok. Nasalubong niya si Tagak. Kayo po ba ang nanay ko? Tanong ni Bibe. Hindi ako ang nanay mo. Sagot ni Tagak. Kwak, kwak! Kwak, kwak! Ang sabi ng tinig. Napalingon si Bibe. Nakita niya si Inahing Bibe. Kasama ang mga kapatid niyang Bibe. Nagulat at natuwa si Bibe. Kayo ba ang nanay ko? Tanong ni Bibe. Oo, ako ang nanay mo. Sagot ni Inahing Bibe. At masayang lumangoy si Bibe. At doon nagtatapos ang ating kwentong pinamagatang Kayo ba ang nanay ko?